Now.
Okay, so let's go have our little stand up. Our mats kind of have this color theme. Okay, so standing at the back of your mat, feet underneath your pelvis, grounding down, just take a big inhale. I know I need to let everything go. And let's take a big inhale up. And exhale. One more time, big inhale up. Exhale, we're gonna roll over to the toes and just soften the bend of the knees and just take a moment there in your forward fold. So now you can come to the back of your mat. And just let everything go, shake it out. Everything is just loose. See that your feet are hip width apart, toes facing forward. And then we're gonna keep the hands to the mat if you can and try to lift your sit bones a little bit higher to the sky. Maybe your hands are on your shins, maybe they're on the floor. Take one more breath and then begin to walk out to your plank position. Finding your plank here, slide the shoulder blades away from the ears, draw the abs up and in. Wrap the ribs into the body, inhale on your exhale to downward dog. Lifting the sit bones high, and you can pedal the knees out here. Stretching out the back of the legs. And then pressing the heels back, draw the abs in, rolling yourself forward into your plank. Finding that strong plank, slide the shoulders away from the ears, float your right leg up, engage the glute. Lower the leg, float the left leg up, engage the glute. And lower the leg to downward dog. Starting to warm up the body, you can pedal the knees out again. And we're gonna roll back forward into our plank. Slide the shoulders away from the ears, draw the abs in, long neck. We're gonna bend your elbows just a little bit and straighten. So they don't have to go far, just a little activation in the tricep one more time. And then back to your downward dog. Take a breath. We're gonna take the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, stretching out the right side oblique. Letting the weight of the leg pull you over. So focusing on the opening, not so much on the form of this. And then square the hips, we'll step the foot through between the hands and then rotate so the right hand reaches up to the sky. You get that little opening here. One more breath there. Bringing it back to center, staying in your lunge position as we bring the hands up. And then we just bend and straighten, bend and straighten. So if you need to adjust your feet at all, go ahead for 3, 2, last one, hold it down, bring the hands back down to the mat, step back into your plank, hold here, take a breath, reset, and then lift the sit bones high for your downward dog. And we'll take the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. One more breath there. And then we'll square the hips, step the hand, or the foot through the hands, lengthen the hand up to the sky. Opening here. And breathe in that twist. And then we'll bring the hands back forward, set up to bring the hands up to the sky. And then just bend and straighten the knee. Bend and straighten, and bend and straighten. Breathe for 3, 2, last one, hold. This time, just step the right foot forward, and now you're in your squat. Up up and squeeze. Now I'm halfway out of the camera, but it's fine. You hinge back and squeeze the glutes. For 5, breathe. 4, abs in. 3. On the next one, let's hold it down, sinking into your heels and little pulses. Push the hips back for 5. Pull the abs in. 3, 2, hold, hands down to the mat, step back to your plank. Breathe here. One more time into your downward dog. Lift those sit bones high. And then roll yourself back forward, bend your elbows till you bring yourself all the way down to the mat, lowering yourself all the way down. Folding the forearms together, glue the forearms to the forearms. Shake your pelvis out, show a little bit of tension in the sacrum. Find that your hip points and pubic bone are pressing down into the mat. Draw the abs up and in, and then float the right leg up. And lower, and left. So upper body is completely relaxed. You're keeping your pelvis pressing down into the mat, so alternating legs. You lift and hold and lower, and then lift and hold and lower. You take it at a pace that feels good for your body, where you can engage your abs, engage the glutes. One more single. And then we'll take both legs. Both legs lift and lower. Shoulders relax, both legs lift and lower. Both legs lift and hold, and we circle the legs. They stir around and around. I'm already sweating. And then reverse. Can you pull your belly button up? And then hold the legs long. Push the heels together, turn the toes out, bend the knees, flex the feet. Push the heels to touch the ceiling, and then lower. Press lift, squeeze the booty, and lower. The knees is a little wider than your pelvis. Shoulders are relaxed, abs are in. 3. And hold this one up, tiny pulses up, press up. Squeeze the glute for 5. And last one, extend the legs long and shake everything out. Let the pelvis relax. Magnetize your belly button up into your spine. Extend your arms long to the front. Slide the shoulder blades away from the ears. We're gonna float the right arm and the left leg up off of the mat. And lower, left arm, right leg. And lower, single arm, single leg. Last one. We float both arms and legs up off the mat and hold, draw the abs in, and then start to submit out. Flutter kicks. So lengthening your body long. Slide your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Breathe, pull the abs in for 5. 3, 2, and lower everything back down. Gently press yourself to a child's pose. And let the sits bones just drop towards your heels. Fingertips lengthen long to the front. Take a breath there. And then you're gonna roll yourself up onto your hands and knees. Setting up for your cat-cow, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your pelvis, rounding your spine into your cat stretch. Pull your belly button up to push your spine to the sky. Head up, tail up for your cow. And then into your cat. Into your cow. And then back to neutral, draw the abs in, so the shoulder blades away from the ears. And then extend the right arm and left leg at the same time. And bring it back to center. Left arm, right leg. So just moving opposite arm, opposite leg with keeping your pelvis still. So your juice is balancing on your sacrum and you're not gonna let it spill. Pull the ribs in, pull the belly in. Last one each way. Can you guys hear the mouton, the sheep out there going crazy? Now hold the right arm, left leg long, and then round the spine for the knee and elbow to touch, and back to center. Knee and elbow connect, and back to center. For 3. 1 more like that. Lengthen and hold. Side the shoulders away from the ears. And maybe here we lift the right foot up off the mat, balancing on your knee. Pull those abs in, and then bring it back to center, into your cat, and into your cow. And back to center, left arm, right leg, hold. Round your spine, the knee and the elbow touch under your belly and extend. Contract the abs to pull it in and then really use those abs to stabilize as you extend for 3, 2, last one, lengthen and hold. Find your stability and then we just float the left foot up off the mat, balancing on the knee and bringing it back to center, into your cat and into your cow. And into neutral, roll the toes under, draw the abs in, and then just hover the knees an inch up off the mat, pulling the belly in. Just hanging out here for a moment. Slide the shoulder blades down and breathe. Magnetize your abs up and in a little bit more. Squeeze your pelvic floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees down. Child's pose, take a breath. And then roll yourself all the way up on hands and knees. And grab a hold of your band. It is 1 million degrees in here, friends. Dripping sweat. We've barely done anything, and it's dripping sweat. Okay, so sitting up tall. Band around your wrist. Back of the legs firm down. Just notice where you are without doing anything, and then press your sit bones down and lengthen. Can you pull your spine a little bit longer, like a piece of elastic getting pulled from the top of your head? Slide the shoulder blades down, wide collarbone, and then tuck your pelvis and roll back an inch. And roll back an inch. And roll back an inch and hold. So you're rounded in your spine, abs are drawing in, send the shoulders down, long neck, and then take it back another inch. And another inch and hold. And then you're gonna take it back an inch, take it back an inch and hold, and then all the way down to the mat. Take a long stretch, reach your arms long. Inhale, exhale, hands back up over the shoulders, press out into the band, and lift up an inch. Up another inch, up another inch, and up another inch. And hang out at your belly button for a moment. Put one more inch, and then reach, reach, reach up and over. Take a stretch to your toes. Sit up tall, slide the shoulders down, wide collarbone, lift and lengthen a little bit taller, and then roll back halfway again. Holding it here this time, and we just press out. Little presses out. Can you soften the quads? Let your legs shake out maybe. So you're not just letting your legs hold you, using your strong abdominal muscles for 5. Out of your neck, last one, lengthen the arms up to the sky. Take it back a tiny inch, come up a tiny inch. Tiny back, tiny lift. Lift out of your pelvic floor, micro movement to shift back a tiny inch and then up, tiny. Last one, hold it back, pulses of the arms out, pulse out. For 5. And last one, dive up and over to your toes, take a stretch here. And then hook it onto your right foot. Sit up tall and then tuck your pelvis and roll all the way down, taking the leg up to the sky. And breathe. You're gonna just ease into that stretch, and then you can start to push your right sits bone away from you. So your pelvis stays even on both sides. And then you can bend and straighten the leg. It's so hot. Like sweat all over the face, and we're only at the beginning of class. Hold this leg and come back a little bit further. And then a little bit further. One more breath here. And we'll release that, bring it to the toes for your calf stretch. Pull the toes down, push your heel up. And then point and flex. Loosening up your calf. Yeah, this is really important these days when we're walking around with our open-toed shoes, flip-flops. Stretch out that calf, hold the toes down, push the heel up. Even though for the past year and a half, I've barely had real shoes on, but don't always need to stretch the calves. And then back to the center of the foot. Spiral the thigh open and out to the side for your inner thigh stretch. Keep pushing your left hip down and lengthen out of your inner thigh. Shoulders relax. And just breathe here. Can you just melt into the floor, but then lengthen out of your right inner thigh. Let's take one more breath. And then we'll lengthen the leg back up to the sky, anchor your back pocket down, grabbing a hold of the band with your left hand, and then let the leg come a little bit over to the left, while keeping your right back pocket into the mat, and push your right hip away. Breathe. So take one more breath there. On your exhale, we melt into the spinal twist of the leg fold. Cross the body looking in the opposite direction. And then extend that leg all the way back out to straight. Shake it out so the legs are long and loose. Grabbing a hold of your band, slide the shoulders over the ears, draw the abs in to peel yourself up and over to catch onto your left foot. And then we roll down, taking the left leg up to the sky. And just easing into that hamstring stretch. So not pulling it too hard yet. You want to just let the leg get used to being up. And then just gently start to coax it back, pushing your left sits bone forward. And breathe. Let's take 2 more breaths. Taking it back to your deepest stretch. And then we'll release that, bringing it onto the toes for calf stretch. pulling the toes down, push the heel up. Actually, yesterday I was worried that I was gonna have to move class because on the calendar, today is the holiday. It started last night.
Yeah.
But for some reason, which I don't completely understand, in Senegal, it starts tonight and is it to tomorrow? But I was like, oh no, we have to change class because I have to go for the holiday. Pointing and flexing, but then last night Sharif was like, oh no, it's Wednesday.
You never know.
Yeah, why don't they know? And then fold the toes down. And then bring it back to the center of the foot, spiraling the thigh, open and out to the side, keeping the right hip anchoring you down and push the left heel. The only explanation I could get as to why it's not today was we just had to wait until the big Muslim, whoever the big Muslim is, the main religious leader, but she says the big Muslim says when it is. So then yesterday they said it's Wednesday, so from my understanding.
Yeah, the Khalif. The Khalif.
And on your next breath, we'll take that leg back up to the sky, let it come across the body, and stretch the side of the hip. So I also had to get an outfit made, 2 outfits made. The first one wasn't up to par with the quality, so yesterday we were scrambling and I had to get a different one made. So after this, I have to go to the tailor to make sure that one's set. And breathe. Let's take one more breath. And on your exhale, we'll fold into the spinal twist with the leg go across the body. Looking in the opposite direction, shoulders stay on the mat as the leg goes any amount across. And then extend that leg back out to straight, shake it out so legs are long and loose. Hands up to the sky, we're gonna take one full roll up. Slide the shoulder blades down, push the back of the thighs into the mat, draw the abs in, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, rounding your spine. Up, 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 reaching forward, we're gonna roll back halfway, send the shoulder blades away from the ears, rotating the torso over to the right, twisting the rib cage to the right, so the shoulders and hands are all staying in line. Now, right hand sweeps to the back, look to the fingertips, bringing it back to center, rotate back to center, twisting over to the left, sweeping the arm back, and bring it back to center. Go back 1 more inch, twist over to the right, just the rib cage, and then twist and bring it back to center. So legs stay still, twist to the left, and reach, and back to center 1 more time. Twist, and lengthen, look to the fingertips in the back, and bring it back to center. Relax the shoulders down, over to the left, sweeping the arm back, bringing it back to center, and roll down to the mat. Arms lengthen long, take a stretch, and then bring the hands back down, dog to sides, bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat, arch and imprint your spine a couple times to loosen up your lumbar and settle your pelvis into your neutral position. Hip bones are aligned, your pubic bone, you have your little bit of lumbar curve, soften the ribs into the body, squeeze the pelvic floor, relax the shoulders, lengthen the arms to the sky. Inhale, on your exhale, slight tuck of the chin as you fold forward from the rib cage to reach your fingertips as if they could touch the heels, and then lower back down. Inhale, exhale, and back down. So with that breath, see how your abs can sink away from your gaze. Inhale, exhale. And then 1 more time, lift, lengthen, and hold. And then low reaches forward, reach, reach. So pelvis stays very still. Your juice could be bouncing on your low abs for 3, 2, and last one. Take the arms all the way back. Hold it here. Now pulses up, pulse up. Biceps are alongside the ears for 5. From your upper abs, not from your neck. And last one, lower the head down, release the arms by the sides, relax the shoulders, staying in neutral, we bring the right leg to table. Draw your abs in even deeper to float the left leg up to meet it. Point the toes, relax your shoulders. Arms can hang out by your body, either palms down or palms up, whatever is gonna help you loosen up your collarbone. Point the toes as the right toe marches forward and fold the leg up. Left leg forward and lift. So taking your leg to your point of control, to start to wake up the transverse abdominis, to tell your body that your spine is going to stay in its natural curve. So all the muscles are working to support the spine to stay how it's naturally built, which is what we do all day long when we're walking around. And we don't want to have to think about engaging our abs and the muscles to keep us supported, they just do it. So we're just building that strength to keep the spine in its natural alignment. Last one with the left, bring the legs back up, hug the knees in, take a little stretch, rock your back into the mat. And then we'll find our legs back in tabletop. Hands to the sky. Inhale, exhale, you're gonna press the hands forward, extend the legs long at a high diagonal, and then draw the knees in, head down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, press. Next one stays up for the hundreds. Inhale, exhale, lift, lengthen, hold, legs are together or in turnout and pulse the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nice long legs. Squeeze the thighs together, even if you're in parallel or in turnout. Push the inner thighs towards each other. Lift out of your pelvic floor. If your hip flexors is the word I'm looking for, are going crazy, maybe you bend your knees. So you decide where are you best into your transverse abdominis. Lift out of your pelvic floor, get that breath going. Inhales. 2 more sets. Last set, inhales. And exhale with your glutes back up to the sky, hug the knees in and relax. Let your head rock side to side. And then bring the feet back down to the mat. Reset your neutral. It's always all right to come back to reset neutral because that's where we want to be the whole time. Let's bring the legs back to table. Draw the belly in, squeeze thighs together. Relax the shoulders so can you widen your collarbone. Flex your feet and then dip your heels just a few inches forward and float the legs back up. Soften the ribs. And sometimes I need to bring my hands onto my rib cage to soften them. Sometimes I don't. Well, a lot of times I do because my ribs don't love to stay closed in. But feel free to bring your hands onto your body. If you want, you can bring your hand onto your belly, pulling your belly button away from your hands as your legs go down. Lift out of your pelvic floor. So maybe you being at home allows you to feel what's happening in your center. Where are the muscles working? And are they doing what you want them to do? 2 more. Last one. Bringing the legs back up, give the knees a little hug. And then you can stir the knees in the hip sockets. So let go of any tension in the hip flexors. So circling them in opposite directions. And then reverse that circle. And bring everything back to center and legs back into tabletop, hands to the sky. Pressing the back of the skull slightly into the mat, reaching your right arm backwards and your left leg forward. And bring it back to center. And then left arm and right leg. So alternating arm and leg, exactly what we did when we were on hands and knees. Pull the abs in. Wrap the ribs into the body. Anchor the sacrum in place. Feel that connection with your back body into the mat as well. Keep the energy of how the upper back also is engaged by pressing the back of the skull down. Now bring it to center, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and say the exact thing. So I want you to feel that it's the upper abs supporting you, it's not your neck. Sink the belly down. Let's do 2 more each way. 1 more each way. And bring everything back to center and hug it in and relax. Rock, do whatever to let go of the tension so you can regroup. We'll bring the legs back to table, arms by the sides, extend the legs up to the sky. First, anchor your sacrum into the mat. Lengthen through the back of the legs. Turn the legs out and then cross the right ankle over the left. So before we use up the movement, I want you to feel that zip of the inner thighs together and then left over right. Feel the zip of the inner thighs. Right over left, and we open as wide as you can keep the inner thighs active. And then close the legs with the left over the right. And we go right, left, open, close, quick. Switch, 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 open. So we take it at a pace that's best for your body, where your abs are working, your inner thighs are getting activation. Always closing with the opposite leg on top. And breathe. Pull your belly in deep. Long legs. 1 more each way like that. Bring everything back to center. We're going to take the hands up to the sky. Inhale, exhale. We're just going to reach up towards the toes and then lower back down. And reach up towards the toes and lower back down. Imagine there's a ball on your shins. and you're gonna push the ball up to your toes and down. You push up and hold and then lower. For 3, breathe. I love my modified assistant in the back with a bent knee. I like that. It's like a true workout video. Lift, hold, 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 hold. Lower the right leg out. Hold, little reach up, up. Tiny lift to the toes. Lift to the toes for 3, 2, hold. Bring the leg up, lower the left leg, and then small reach up, up. We got this. We're almost there. We got it. 3, 2, last one, both legs up. Hug it in and relax. Head rock side to side. It's hot, friends. Whew, facial. Okay, so let's bring the legs back to table. Hands are gonna be an inch up off the mat. Lift that neck and shoulders, reach your fingertips forward. Glue the heels, turn the toes apart a little bit so the knees are a little wider than the pelvis. Press the legs out into frog legs, squeeze in our thighs and drag the legs back in. Press up, squeeze in our thighs and back in. So frog legs. In a moment, we're turning this into frog leg circles. 2 more. You can always have your head down. And then we take it out, we lower the legs a few inches and draw it in as if it's a wheel pushing away from you. So if you want the head on the mat, just don't lower the legs as far. And then let's reverse it. Bring it back up and around. Draw the belly in for 3. Last one. Bring the legs all the way up, hug it all the way in, and relax. Feet to the mat, arms by the sides, widen the collarbone. We're going to set up for bridging. So press the feet down. Big toe mound presses into the mat, pinky toe presses down. Feel that the heels, don't move them. I want you to feel energetically that they can come towards your sits bones. And without even moving, you have an energy happening right in the hamstrings where the hamstring is meeting the glute. Tuck your pelvis and roll your hips up into your bridge position. And then lift your hips a little bit higher. Feel like someone's got the top of your thighs and they're pulling your thighs to the front and sequentially rolling it all the way down. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, pulling all the way up. Lifting the sits bones high. Hug the thighs slightly together and then sequentially rolling it down. So you want to keep your legs parallel the whole time, but that activation of the inner thighs will help that'll help them stay parallel and all the way down. Hold the next one on the up. Hold this up, the knees press forward, hips lift a little bit higher, collarbone is wide, neck is long, and then lower the booty to the mat, press up and squeeze. It almost touches down and you press right back up. Eyes to the sky, press, squeeze. Lower down, press, squeeze. Wrapping the ribs together still, abs are still in. Hold the next one up to the sky, push the hips higher, and now uphold. Uphold. So the booty just stays active and you just lift and lift and lift. For 5. Hold it up, lift your heels up. Push your hips up higher, drop just your right heel to touch the mat and press right back up. And just the left. So your glutes are just staying engaged. We're doing a tiny alternating drop of the heel, but the pelvis doesn't move at all. So the goal is you're keeping everything still while you add the movement. Can you pull your abs in? Can you push your hips a little bit higher and bring your sits bones towards your calves? Last one each way. When you're even, both heels stay up and then lower your bum down, press up, squeeze. Down, up, squeeze. So the fire should be building in your bum. Down, up, hold. So you get a good lift at the top. The next one just stays up and tiny pulses up, up. Press your big toe mound down, get your heels higher for 5. And last one, drop the heels, walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Lift your hips up higher, commit to being up, feel lengthened through your front body, and then lift your toes up, digging the heels down. Tap your bum down, press up, squeeze. Lower, press and lift. Breathe through it. When you get to the top, you hold, then you go down, press up, hold. And then we hold it up, tap the knees together. We open the thighs, drop your bum down, press up, squeeze in, open, drop down, press up, squeeze in, open, down, up, in, out, lower, down, up. One more. Keep the hips high, just the opening, close of the knees. Push your hips up, they go in and out. Woo! Is your booty talking to you, friends?
Yes.
Yay! I'm like, it's definitely like something. If you're dropping into your low back, pull your pubic bone towards your face for 3. And last one, hold the knees open, pulse the hips high, press up, up, tiny lifts, lift, lift for 5. And last one, drop the toes, walk the feet back to hip width apart. I'm gonna give you a moment of break. Roll all the way down. Reset the feet, roll all the way up. I think that was more for me, but I had to take it. Lift the hips high. So if you ever need to take it, you take it. Let's bring the right leg into tabletop. Kick the leg up to the sky. OMG. Lower the hips a little bit and lift. Friends, today is real. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, push up a little bit higher, and then bring that foot to the mat. Yikes, left leg. Extend the leg to the sky. Lower, lift, lower, lift. So evenly down, evenly up. Holding, when you push up, hold, up, hold. 3 more, up, hold. Breathe, last one, hold it up, push up higher, higher, higher. Place that foot on the mat. Hold for 1 moment, reset in the lift of the bridge. Just 10 pulses of your hips up, press up, up, squeeze the booty, tiny lifts, lift, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then sequentially rolling your spine all the way back down, give your knees a hug. Ooh, I don't know why today is like extra, I don't know if it's the heat or what, but it's a lot. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee, pull back from behind the left thigh, and take the stretch. Let your butt be heavy to the mat as you pull your left leg in, push your right hip away from you. And then other side. Pushing the left thigh away as your right leg pulls in. And we'll release that, both legs long onto the mat. Shake them out so they're long and loose. Hands to the sky, beach ball in the arms, firm the back of the thighs down, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and peel yourself up, 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 reaching up and over to your toes, taking a stretch forward. And then sitting up tall, coming into our rolling like a ball. Is your mat all right for rolling on this hard floor? Okay, so we're sitting up tall, glue the heels together, turn the toes apart slightly, and then start to just balance on the sits bones, lift the sits bones up, fingertips to the heels, pull your heels towards you, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, and then roll to your shoulder blades, come up, balance on your sits bones, which is a nice little massage on the spine too. Roll back, come up and balance. Keep your heels stay close to your body as you roll. Try not to let your legs fly away from you. 2, 1 more. Come up and balance and hold legs to table. Grab behind the thighs and lift yourself up, roll your shoulder blades down. Kick the legs up to the sky, tap onto the mat. We lift and lower. Maybe the hands can come off the back of the thighs. 3 more. 3. And then last one, bring it to table and slowly lower down to the mat. Head can come all the way down. Take a moment there. And then let's lift right back up. Extend the left leg out. You're in neutral. Frame the right knee. Inhale, exhale, we go switch. Single leg stretch. Zipping the abs down. Breathe. Pull your belly in a little bit deeper. Up out of your pelvic floor for 3, 2. Last one, bring the legs to table. And then hands up, around to roll yourself up on your sits bones. We're going to bring the heels down to the mat. Bring your fingertips to the mat, facing your hips. Roll the shoulders open. And then tuck your pelvis slightly. Shift your hip, lift your hips up, and then shift your weight backwards. Bend your elbows backwards and straighten. Bend. Bend and straighten. So the elbows go straight back. The neck is long for 5. We're going to hold the last one down. 3. Last one, we hold it down halfway and tiny pulses. Pulse. collarbone is wide, little tiny pulses in the triceps for 5. And last one, bring your booty down, hands out, roll yourself back down to the mat, setting up neutral, hands to the sky, legs to table. And then point the toes, squeeze the thighs together, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. As you reach your hands just past your knees, extend the arms and legs long at a high diagonal, circle to bring the arms around back to center. Inhale to find that length while staying in neutral and bring it to center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pull the abs in and exhale. Can the shoulder blades come up a little bit off the mat? 3, 3. And last one, circle, bring it all the way, and this time we relax. Head drops to the mat, rock side to side. You also adjust the circles on the ceiling with your nose, whatever's gonna help loosen up any tension. And bringing everything back to center, single straight leg stretch, legs to table, reach your hands up to the sky. Extend the legs to the sky as you lift your head back and shoulders, extend the left leg long, grab gently behind the right thigh, we do the double pull back, scissor your legs on the exhale, inhales on the pull. Exhale on the switch, inhale on the pull. Exhale, maybe you grab up to your ankle, maybe you float your hands forward, maybe you bring your arms back. Where are you getting the most out of it? I kind of like it on my legs today. So your choice, maybe every time you do something different, you rotate through. 2 more, because then we have our challenge. Last one each way. The right leg stays up, left leg stays long. We climb up the back of the right leg. The left leg can always go to the mat and then roll all the way down. Inhale, exhale, walk all the way up the leg and all the way down. Maybe we take the hands off the leg this time as we roll all the way up. Hold it, right leg is pulsing in. Something a little bit different today for 5. 3, 2, switch legs. Roll all the way down. Whoa. Roll all the way up and all the way up and all the way up. Walk all the way down. This time, maybe no hands. All the way up and hold. Left leg pulse in for 5. Both legs up and roll all the way to the mat. Hug your knees in and just take a moment. Whatever movement you need. And then we'll bring them down to the mat just to reset. Make sure you're in your neutral. Fingertip touch behind the ears, elbows wide to the sides. Keeping everything open as you then bring the legs to table. Inhale on your exhale, we float the head, neck, and shoulders up, extend the legs up to the sky, glue the heels, turn the toes apart, pull your belly in deep, and then lengthen your legs out to your point of control and drag the legs up. You could also be doing this in tabletop and dip the toes forward and lift. Where do you feel like your abs are getting the most out of it? If you want your legs to go all the way to the mat, go for it. But that means then you're not letting your spine change its position at all. 3. Elbows stay wide, mine are closing in. Last one, we lift the legs back up, hug everything in, and melt to the mat. Crisscross, last one in the abdominal series. Legs to table, hands behind the head, floating head, neck, and shoulders up. Extend the left leg long, twist to bring the left shoulder across the body, and bring it back to center. And then twist and center. Elbows wide to the sides, up and over. Exhaling on that twist. And breathe. Twist. 3 more. Up and over. And twist. 2. And last one each way. And bring everything back to center and just take a moment. Reach everything long. Shake it out. And breathe, making your body 1 inch longer. Someone's pulling you apart. And then we'll turn the toes to the sky from the back of the thighs down to the mat. Reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale. On your exhale, let's roll up to your halfway point. Holding at your halfway. Again, fingertips to the mat. Heels come in. And then one more time, roll the shoulder blades down. Lift the hips. Bend your elbows and straighten. Bend and press. Long neck. 5 more. If you want more challenge, you can walk your feet away from you. Let's hold this one down, tiny pulses. Push the elbows towards each other for 5. And that's one all the way up. Hips down. And let's grab our weights real quick. You don't have weights, so we have a demo model with no weights today. So you can do it without. Okay. We get the wine bottles. Okay, sit up tall, arms out to the front, set the shoulder blades down, and scoop and roll back. Sandy, you don't have weights today?
I'm having back things.
Okay. Okay, good. I like that. You're modifying for you. Pull the abs in and then just bend and straighten. Bend and extend. Soften the quads, soften the hip flexors. And then both arms out, turn the palms towards each other, roll the shoulder blades down, bend and bend. Breathe. Lift out of your pelvic floor. Last one each way here. Both arms out, turn the palms down and roll yourself down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll up to your halfway point. Turn the palms towards each other, roll the shoulder blades away from the ears. And then hinge the arms open and hug around a big balloon. So like puppet arms, they hinge open and close. Open and close. 3. And last one. Sitting up tall to send your arms long behind you. So sitting up lengthened, and then shift your weight forward, and then arms long to the back, palms face each other, and then little pulse in and in. Pushing the palms like they could touch, widen the collarbone, long neck, and then hold it in and press them up, up. Lift out of the pelvic floor for 3, 2, and last one. Send the arms back forward, sitting up super tall. Push your fingertips up to the ceiling and then bend and straighten the elbows. So each time you push your arms up, can you sit longer and taller, lifting up out of your pelvis? Press for 5. Wrap the ribs in. And last one. And we'll bring the arms all the way down. Place the weights to the side. Take a quick little stretch across. And other side. And then we'll come to knee on forearms and knees. So elbows underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your pelvis. Press the palms down, relax the shoulders with ears. Draw the abs in and then send the sits bones to the back. Let's extend the left leg long to start. Point the toes and then just lift the leg, tap down, press up, squeeze, and squeeze. So let's bring a little more weight into your left forearm. So you're not only just sitting into your right side. So if you need, you could also bring your right hand onto your belly. Then you really have to balance and it makes your abs really work. Hold the leg up and tiny pulses up. Can the leg get a little bit longer? Keeping the hips squared. Long neck. And then we tap over to the right, up and over to the left. And up and over. Long neck. Last one. Bring it all the way back to the center. Bend the knee, bring the heel towards the bum, and tiny pulses the toes to the sky. Can you pull your shoulder blades away from your ears? For 5. Hold it, flex the foot, and then kick the heel to the sky. Keeping the spine long, hold it up, and then just extend your leg and kick it back in. Lengthen, push, and in, like you're kicking something away from you. All you're doing is bending and straightening the leg, but you're keeping your thigh at the same level. 2, 1 more. Extend out and hold. We're gonna take the right arm, turn it towards the left, and then bring your left hand onto the mat. Sweep the leg forward, point and press it back. Flex to bring forward, and point and sweep it back. Draw the abs in, keeping the leg in line with the hip. You're gonna keep it forward, lower the foot to the mat, and then lift. lower, and lift. And then lift and hold, bend the knee, sweep it down and sweep it up. Sweeping down and lift. Squeeze and squeeze. Squeeze up and hold. Let's let the leg go back out to straight. Pull the knee to the shoulder. In, extend. The knee comes to the shoulder, so you feel that top oblique. Last one, extend that leg out and hold. Open the hips in tiny circles here. Stirring it around and around and around. And then reverse. And then bring everything all the way back center, bring that knee back in and press back, take a child's pose. And breathe there. And then you come all the way up. We're gonna do the same on the other side. You can see how you are. I'm gonna turn so that leg is facing the computer. So you guys don't have to turn. But what you guys do have to do is remember what I did, because I have a good feeling I can forget all of that because it just came out, I don't know from where. So the shoulders away from the ears, you guys know how I sometimes make that as I go. And then toes long, square the hips, squeeze. Down, up, squeeze. Bring some weight now into the right forearm. So you're not only sitting into the left side that already is feeling a little fatigued. Wrap the ribs into the body. Push the heart up to the sky as well, so you're not collapsing in the shoulder blades. Hold it up and small pulses up. Hold the belly in. And then we go over to the left, up and over. Tap and tap. Two more like that. Last one. We come back to center and then bend the knee, point the toes. Small pulses of the hip to the sky. So the thigh stays in line with the hip. It just goes up and up. It doesn't come down. It goes up, squeeze, up, squeeze. Pulling the belly in. And then we flex the foot, kick to the heel to the sky now. Kick up, up. So your booty just stays firmed up. The neck stays long. You're still pushing your heart up to the sky. Hold the thigh up, kick the leg long, and it bends in. It extends, so you feel that hamstring activation. Remember, your abs are working to support your back here. Keeping the leg long, we then take the left hand, turn it in, and bring the right hand to the mat. Sweep the leg forward and point and press back. Flex to bring it forward. Keep your pelvis as still as you can. Point and sweep it back. You're keeping your leg up in line with your hip. Flex to bring it forward. Point and sweep. Two more like that. Last one. We bring it back forward. Hold it. Flex the foot. The foot goes to the mat and lift. Just 5 of those total. We're already at 3. Last one, lift and hold. Point the toes, bring the leg all the way back. This is where we then pull the knee in and extend. Pull the knee in and extend. Yeah, we're good, we got this. I love the smiles. And then on the next one, we hold it in and it goes down and up for your hydrant. Lift. And lift, lift, squeeze. 3 more, we're almost there. Last one, lift and hold, extend the leg all the way up, point the toe, open the hip. Tiny little stirs here, stir. Long leg, hip is open. And reverse. Friends, this was it, right? We got them all?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then bring it all the way back in, press back child's pose and take a breath. And we're gonna bring ourselves all the way up. We got one more little moment and then we're gonna do our plank. So our little moment, It's gonna be just to add a little more sweat going. We're gonna come into our plank. We're gonna do our up, up, down, down. Just 5. We got this, right? So we come into our plank. Abs in. Right forearm, left forearm up onto the right hand, left hand. Start with the left. Left. Now go right. And left. Right. Left. One more each way. Left. Meet back in your plank, take it to a downward dog, take a breath. Bring it back forward, come down to your knees, press back to the child's pose. And now we're gonna set up for our plank position. So breathe here for a moment. Walk your hands over to the right, take that stretch to the left side body. Creating more space between the ribs on the left side, breathing into that lung. And then bring it back to center, over to the left. Breathe. Creating that space between the ribs. And back to center. And all the way up, we're gonna set up for our plank. So you got your choice, forearms or on your hands, wherever you feel strongest today. I don't really feel strong at all at the moment, but we got this. Neil's gonna keep us distracted for a minute with his awesome story. Neil, are you ready?
I am.
Pick your position wherever you wanna be. If it's forearms, your elbows under your shoulders. If it's on your hands are underneath your shoulders. And then we extend those legs long. You could also be on your knees to modify, and then we're in, abs up.
All right, so there's this ad running in the Hudson Valley Craigslist. It's like wanted, wedding date for mother-in-law from Friday evening to Saturday evening, pay $1,000. Mother-in-law is 51, slim and attractive. She will need constant attention and supervision. Will probably wear white and try to escalate small dramas. Your job is to pretend to be a guest, then engage, flatter, and distract her for 2 days. You should be 40 to 60 years old, a good conversationalist and dancer, and be able to give undivided attention. Must own suit. Experience with narcissists a plus. We will provide background information, topics of conversation, a hotel room of your own, plus food and travel. Please send photo with blurb indicating interest and qualifications. You also need to be okay with us running a background check. And yes, there was a 2005 movie Wedding Date with Deborah Messing and Dermot Mulroney. 3, 2, 1.
Downward dog. Neil, where did this one come from?
The internets.
And then walk your toes to your hands.
I need that job.
I love that. Hang out there so that your feet are hip width apart. Shake everything out. Just take a moment. Let everything go. Story was great. And then seeing that the feet are hip width apart and in alignment to support you from the bottom up. Let's soften the bend in the knees, draw the abs in, and slowly start to roll your spine up. Vertebra by vertebra. So the head is the last thing that lifts up. Taking a moment in standing. We'll take a nice big inhale up. And exhale one more time, big inhale up. And exhale it out. And nice work today, Pilates Hotties. I love that we had special guests too.